What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Buzz. It's Gavin. I'm here with
Ryan.
Your boy Kaz, people.
All right, we did the NBA last time. It's time for the NHL this time.
Yes, sir.
How do we feel, fellas? How do we feel?
Well, coming down to the best part of the year for hockey. Getting to be playoff time here shortly, so we're coming down to that last stretch, last few weeks.
Yeah.
But definitely a good time for hockey, man. I mean, the season is panned out differently than what a lot of people may think. There's some things going on right now that we'll talk about in this pod that are crazy. So
Yeah, I feel like the first thing we got to talk about is Patrick Kane heading to Broadway, man.
yeah,
Right.
it's a big.
The former MVP is heading to Broadway. Hart Trophy winner, 3-time Stanley Cup winner. What is he going to bring to this New York team?
Well, the New York Rangers have been trying to make a run here. Recently, right before the deadline, they made a lot of trades. They're trying to make their run for the Stanley Cup. So I think he'll make a big difference.
Yeah. So bringing a guy like Kane and also bringing another guy like Vladimir Tarasenko in there, two big goal scorers in that lineup, I think it's going to help them a lot. But that's a question I kind of want to ask you. Are they a top 2 team in the East now?
My personal opinion is going to be no. I still think the Canes are better than them. That's not me being biased. The Rangers are still tough, but they have all those players on the ice. You need to find a way to pass the puck around enough. You know, they have a great squad, but they haven't necessarily transformed it into winning at a super consistent basis early on so far. They still have time to get it together, though.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Rye?
Well, I actually wanted to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
Excuse my ignorance on the NHL, but is it still a huge market with kind of the huge expectations and stuff, kind of like the Jets and everything like that?
Bringing in big guys?
Is it still the New York media?
Yes.
Okay.
The Rangers are
Right.
definitely
Are they in
like
that mix?
Yes.
They're the team. The Islanders are like the fallback.
Yeah, no,
for
they're-
sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, do they go under the scrutiny and all like the NFL teams?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if they have a semi-off game, the New York media is killing them. Is it kind of the same for the Rangers?
It's not like that in the NHL just because it's a day-to-day league,
Gotcha.
along with the NFL, like we always say that.
Mhm.
But the Rangers, obviously, teams tend to lose. Anybody can lose any night in hockey. But I think once it comes there in the Stanley Cup playoffs, this team has high expectations. They need to at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals again.
Right.
But I can honestly see this team going very far this year. I think they could make a run to the Cup.
They're definitely one of the favorites. But as far as the East goes, the Bruins are the best team in hockey. And
Yeah, that's kind of my pick.
number 2 in the East, though, is I'm going to say Carolina.
I think on paper, I think the Rangers are a better squad.
Yes, on paper they are.
You got Chris Kreider, Artemi Panarin, and Patrick Kane are back together like they were in Chicago.
Oh,
You got Adam Fox, you got Igor Shesterkin, you got all these guys. Zibanejad as well. I think it's just a better team than the Canes on paper. Obviously the Canes have a better record right now. I think if I had to take one of those two teams in a 7-game series, I think I'm going to take the Rangers in 7. I think it's going to be a great series.
That's
yeah.
what I
amazing.
like about the Canes, not to cut you guys off. Those chicken tenders.
Oh, yeah.
Smack.
They're fire. Chicken
Wherever that came from, if that's the team they're on, that's the team I like.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you don't even like the cane sauce.
I don't.
That's ridiculous.
I was at Canes today. No kizzy.
Have they come out with anything else?
I got the honey
tender?
mustard and it smacks.
They got a sandwich.
I know. I get the sandwich and the tenders.
No, that meal, the combo.
Get them both.
Damn, boy.
Fat boy.
So moving on though from the
Yeah.
Rangers, so Jonathan Quick, the long-term goaltender for the Los Angeles Kings, got traded last night to the worst team, one of the worst teams in the NHL, the Columbus Blue Jackets last night. Did the Kings do him dirty? Like, Quick brought this team 2 cups, their first 2 cups in franchise history. On the last half year of his deal, you're going to trade him. How do you feel about that, Rye?
Yeah, we were talking about that off camera a week ago. I don't know if you remember, but it seems like he gave him everything, so it should be up to him. So I don't know if they did him dirty, but because we don't know what he asked for, you know what I mean? So it should just basically be, you gave us what we wanted, we're going to give you what you wanted.
I think, my opinion, I feel like you got to at least trade him to a team that's not as horrible as Columbus. At least have some sort of, at least let him have a say in where he goes.
Yeah, but can he move again and stuff like that? You know what I mean? We don't know we don't know the full details of what he actually wanted.
Yeah, we don't.
So I don't know if they actually did him dirty, but it seems like it now.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Kaz?
Well, a player like that in your organization, historically, it is kind of messed up just because the fans love that player. And I feel like if you have somebody that's been loyal to your team, done well for your team, won you guys championships, you kind of have to have that little respect for them more than you would like somebody you signed this year in free agency. Like, it's totally different. But, yeah, I mean, it is a business at the end of the day. What do you think, Gav?
Just to say, I really do think it's messed up. I think they definitely should have gave him at least a say where he goes. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's a half a year left on the contract. He's probably going to retire after this year. Let him retire a king at least.
Right.
This guy's the Team USA goalie, too, when they U.S. beat Russia a couple years ago as well. So, I don't know. He might – is Jonathan Quick a Hall of Famer? Leave a comment down below. But moving on, what is going on in Washington? It's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart.
I can hear the cries from next door.
Could have been a playoff year this year. It kind of was starting to look like it there for a little, but
they were hot for a little bit.
All right, let's just get it. Let me get the question out.
It's not physical enough.
Let me get the question out. Is it rebuild time in Washington?
We'll serve this up to you, actually. Yeah. Let's see.
All right, my opinion. If you told me this before the trades that happened yesterday, I would have said yes, not a doubt in my mind. But they brought in a guy, Rasmus Sundin from Toronto, a young defenseman. Yeah. Gave away our first-round pick that we just got from Boston, which is probably going to technically be a second-round pick because Boston's probably going to go far in this postseason run. Okay. But bringing in a guy like him in makes me think, like, okay, maybe they're just trying to free up some cap space. Maybe bring in a guy this offseason because the Caps are the oldest team in the league. Right. They need to get younger. They just need to get younger. Yep. Getting rid of guys like Eller, thank you for the goal that won us the cup, by the way. I'll give my shout-outs to him. Good luck in Colorado. You got Orlov gone. You got Hathaway gone. Gustafson. Who was the other guy that just got traded? Oh, my God. Marcus Johansson got traded to Minnesota as well. So a lot of these guys are out of Washington. It's a lot of cap space that's getting freed up.
Now, are they just being released or being traded?
They're being traded.
So we're getting picks.
We're getting picks.
So it is rebuild
time. It's rebuild time, but why would you bring in another young guy like Sundin?
When you're saying we could actually kind of...
Like, we could have kept that first... Yeah. We could have kept that first-round pick.
On a lottery.
Yeah, but...
Basically.
But, I mean... Obviously, I feel like the Caps don't want to say it's rebuild time with Ovechkin still there.
Yeah.
And I think
it's a tough word for organizations.
It is. But my thing is, I think it's crazy to say this, but I think the reason the Caps might not be successful for these years to come is because of Ovechkin. Because this man told them he doesn't want to rebuild. He wants to contend still.
I mean, Kazi, are they really going to fully listen to Ovechkin right now?
I mean, that's your guy. That's like your Tom Brady. So I think and LeBron of your team franchise. So you kind of have to listen to him, listen to what he thinks.
Right. But if you're the GM,
if I'm the GM, I'm not going to listen. I mean, he's an old guy. He wants to contend, but who doesn't? These are all athletes. These are all competitors. All these guys want to contend.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that the Caps, it should be rebuild time for them. You see, like, teams like, for example, L.A., the Lakers, when they had Kobe still, he was getting old. They were still, having him out there on the court and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Kobe was still putting up numbers. Maybe not like how he was, but still putting up numbers. Like, got to think, like, the Caps could be a similar team to that late Lakers with Kobe coming towards the end of his career. So it's something to think about, just kind of a comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it breaks my heart. I don't think the Caps are going to be a bottom feeder once it comes to next year, but I think it'll slowly get to that point. Them and Pittsburgh, I think, are going to start seeing a little.
I mean, the Metro right now, the Metro is competitive though.
I know it's a lottery, but what's a rebuild take in the NHL? How many years? What's it take? What's it take to get back up? I mean, Vegas lost some guys and then got them back.
Kraken was trash.
The Kraken have only been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
So they really never had a rebuild.
Well, Vegas was up and
they had to build.
Yeah, they had to build. They had to build that house.
Yeah, so.
But, yeah, what's a rebuild look like?
I feel like a rebuild in the NHL is probably 5 years. Yeah. It's like baseball. Baseball,
I was
feel
gonna
like,
say
You need
it's like the
lines. You need
Orioles.
lines of players. Like in hockey, one-star player is not going to get it done.
No.
In hockey, you need like so much.
You see
Right.
what's happening up in Edmonton.
Yeah.
They had
Every line's got to be strong.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, you got Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl up there, but they don't. I mean, they made it to the conference finals last year, but at the same time, I don't think two guys are going to be the reason you could make a deep Stanley Cup Finals run. So,
Yeah. I mean, that's probably a good way to transfer right into the next section.
Yeah.
If you guys, who you guys have going to? Well, no, let's not go to that. Ask the question right under.
who do we got taking the last two spots in the East?
Last two spots in the East, like I said. Out of the Metro.
Because you already got your locks in there. You got your Rangers, you got the Canes, you got the Devils out of the Metropolitan. But who are those other three teams or other two teams that are going to come out of there?
Pittsburgh.
You think Pittsburgh is going to slip in?
I think Pittsburgh could slip. I think it's probably a little too late for this, but the Red Wings were starting to get kind of hot there.
Mm-hmm.
They were starting to win games against teams that they shouldn't have won against.
They have the same amount of wins as Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the Red Wings are a valid option too. I feel like.
Yeah, you broke your pen right there. Talk about the pens. Either way, my two teams I think that are going to end up slipping into the playoffs. I can see the New York Islanders making a surprise
Okay.
run. After trading for Bo Horvat, I think they can make a surprise run and get in with the number one wild card spot. And I think number two is going to be the team that knocked out the Capitals last year. I think the Florida Panthers are going to get in. They struggled all year, but I think they're going to find a way to get back in. That team is too talented not to make the playoffs this year.
I mean, the Panthers they win too. As far as teams that go in hockey, like whenever I bet on hockey with the Kazi Hockey Locky, in case you guys don't know, make sure you guys check that out. We get
Check out
lots.
the Kazi Hockey Lock.
Every
Put it on
day.
a shirt.
Every day. It's coming. But anyway, in hockey, if you want to gamble, it's like you have to take. This is with any gambling, but like I feel like you take like for Gavin, he takes Jason Tatum every night to score 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Every night.
every single night, it's
Every
like
single.
it's
Even if he's
automatically.
not playing,
Yeah.
he's taking Tatum to hit
Exactly.
30 and something.
Okay, Boston is
His
playing
meal
right
gonna
now.
be 30 tonight.
Boston is playing right now. I took his under
Ooh.
in rebounds.
And rebounds. So hypothetically, what I'm just trying to get at is the Panthers are a team that you can bet on in this
Yeah.
league. You can bet on them to win against the Sharks.
The Sharks. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of talent down there, but Ekblad, Kachuk, all of them. Bobrovsky is still great goaltender, I feel like. I think that team's going to end up getting in. That team's too talented not to get in.
Right.
How about you, Rye? Can you give us two?
Yeah, I can give you two. I would love to see the Capitals get in. There's always good food next door when the Capitals make the playoffs, so hopefully Caps get in, and I'll be over for some chicken wings.
Yeah, hopefully. Who's that second team you got slipping in, though?
Kind of like you, I think the Panthers are, they're pretty steady. They're up and down, but they're steady.
Yeah, I can see them slipping in.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Why is the East so much better than the West this year? It's ridiculous. If you go look at the point totals in each side, it's not even close. Like
in the West, it's like
Like
Stars.
Biggie said, the East is the beast.
East
the
is the beast.
you got the Stars, Vegas, Colorado's obviously gonna be there.
The Kings.
I don't see the Kings.
They're
I don't
number
think
2
they're-
right now in their division.
I don't think they're that good. That's just me. That's just me.
They're not like the best, like one of the best teams. I don't see them making it far in the playoffs. They're like a Vikings type team to me this year.
That's a good.
They're just
comparison.
like
That's a good
they're like good
comparison.
record, but like I don't know if they're all that.
I don't think they have the greatest talent there.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I don't think they have the greatest talent. Kopitar, Fiala, all of them. I don't know.
Well, probably because they've given up the same amount of goals as they've kind of made. So it's kind of like they're kind of 50-50 there.
Yeah, the goal differential is not there for
goal
them.
differential is not there, and you kind of need that in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think another thing that kind of doesn't help is when you have juggernauts like Boston, Tampa Bay, New York, Carolina, New Jersey's somehow good this year.
New Jersey's insane.
Right.
And then if you go look at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, like the teams fighting for those 2 wildcard spots, every team is competitive in the Eastern Conference right now. It's ridiculous.
Every
It's
team.
it's so much better in the Eastern Conference.
The East is much stronger. Eastern Conference team is going to win this year.
Oh,
And
okay.
I mean, realistically, out of the West, a team that I have coming and making a statement is the Edmonton Oilers.
Edmonton Oilers.
They like
After
to
I
score.
kind of just shitted on them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because they don't have. You said they don't have a lot of depth. They have 2 great players, but I still think they can make a run, and I think they have a good record. They still have a good record, and they still play well.
The Oilers,
Yeah,
32-21.
yeah. So it's not bad. I mean,
No, that's good.
they're still hanging in there. I think they're in the fourth spot in their division right now. So
They've scored 232 goals. That's looks like the highest in the
yeah,
West.
oh yeah.
So,
They
they score.
that's a
goals.
bet for everybody out there in case you're wondering. Over in any Edmonton game is usually a fair lock.
Or
They,
Connor McDavid to score a goal.
Connor McDavid as well.
Mhm.
Over in points every game. He just insane. But no, I like Edmonton to go a little far around this year.
Do you think Connor McDavid played in the same era as Wayne Gretzky? Would Connor McDavid be the greatest hockey player of all
Yes,
time?
yes.
No.
What?
Bro, if you watch Gretzky, if you watch
Can't do that.
like the highlights of Gretzky, I was actually just watching Gretzky highlights the other day. He's insane, but it's the same thing as that competition, like that competition rule. Gretzky played in the '80s, McDavid's playing today, so it's like people generally get better as time goes on.
Yeah.
Gretzky, the moves Gretzky was doing, I feel like back then are like normal now, kind of.
Right. But if he had to be above that, he would be. Like, that's what he had to do.
Okay, I
to
see what you're saying.
That's what he had to do to dominate them.
Right.
If there was a higher level, he'd go even higher. And same with all the greats. That's why eras ain't really comparable to
Yeah.
me. Because if they had to be better, they will be.
Right.
If they had to show up, they do.
You just made me think of LeBron and MJ saying that shit. You just said it's just a style of play back in the day doesn't compare to what McDavid does now. Or
Yeah, like
It's kind of
Jordan
like
would play this way if he had to. If he had to shoot threes, trust me, he could do it. If he had to play like Curry, he could do it.
I don't know. I think,
In
my
my
opinion, it's just because I've experienced Connor McDavid's career so far, halfway
Right.
through not even halfway through his career. But
Right.
this man, I've never seen a player like him in my life.
No,
Right.
he looks
This
different.
That's cool.
You can just tell
Those
he skates.
long years of your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Super
my
long. I mean, jeez.
all
these
21 years.
all 21 years of this.
It's really true though. Like in all sports, you
No,
can
I'm just
name
playing.
a player from every the top 4 major sports in the United States. Like
Mm-hmm.
as far as football goes, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is just different.
Yeah.
McDavid is just different,
Mm-hmm.
and in basketball, Giannis is just different.
Yeah, he is.
In baseball, I would probably Mike Trout.
yeah.
So it's like
There's
there's
Shohei
Ohtani.
there's just players that are like when they are out on the field, even amongst the best, they still
Or Vladimir
shine.
Guerrero Jr.
No.
He's looking like
Not
he's just
not yet.
home
Not
run
yet.
anytime I need to.
Not yet.
Just
He's
cracking
not
it
there
back.
yet.
All right, but I have a kind of a question for y'all. Who's the most dominant player in their own sport?
Patrick Mahomes is the most dominant player in football.
I hate to say it, but probably LeBron, you know?
I don't think he's the most dominant. His
nine
team's still
straight,
not
9 straight finals. Pretty
2
dominant,
wins.
but I
3
don't know. I'd
2
probably
wins.
have to think about it a little bit, but LeBron just popped in my head, and I'm not a huge LeBron guy.
I agree with that. He is very dominant.
He would be the MVP every year. He is the most valuable
Right.
player to his team every year
Mhm.
and to the league every year. Like, I can't believe he only has 2 or whatever, 3. I think he has 2, but of course I'll be wrong about that. But
It's all right.
I'm a good. I'm sorry. I'm staying in the NHL. It's Connor McDavid.
Yeah, Connor McDavid.
It's Connor
is definitely
McDavid.
ridiculous.
right,
But like, is he the most dominant in all of like period? Like the most dominant player?
In North
Like-
American
like a
sports,
Michael
yes.
Phelps, like a Michael Phelps.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Patrick Mahomes has so far exceeded everybody else.
He
I
is
don't-
good.
Just besides the championship accolades for McDavid, I think he's dominating. No, we haven't seen anybody put up numbers like this in years.
Nah.
In years, and it's
Right.
because ever since it's a new era, goalie pads have gotten bigger. The puck gets lifted in the air now, and used to never get lifted in the air back in the day.
Right.
Never get lifted in the air. I just think McDavid putting up 100 points, 50 games into the season, while everybody's at 80 to 70
Yeah, that's
70 and
impressive.
below, and 50 goals in 60 games.
That's impressive.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's the most dominant. In sports.
And number 2, second to
Justin
him
Tucker,
is his
bro.
teammate.
Drysaitl's up there. Another. I mean, we didn't even say Giannis.
But Giannis, the thing is
Well, Kazi mentioned Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis is the most dominant player in basketball, I feel like, just because of how freakish he is.
Right.
But, like, or Embiid is up there, Jokic.
They're building the Giannis wall. All the teams are just putting 4 guys straight in the wall, just
Yeah.
come barrel
See if you can
through it.
stop it. I mean, that's the thing, though, with Giannis. His shot isn't all the way there. He can still hit him, though.
Yeah.
But,
He's got to get better.
Yeah, it's going to take.
He needs a jumper. He'd be insanely good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jokic is really dominant.
He is, bro.
Jokic is-
He gonna be a 3-time MVP soon.
Yeah. Yep.
It's crazy
I
to think
mean,
about.
Triple doubles almost every night. Charles
Luka,
Barkley said he was Stad Patton or something, but Charles always got something to say.
he
Yeah,
always
the guy
got
with no
something to say.
ring.
Big Chuck.
Ooh. Shout out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Talking about a Connor, not my brother,
Connor Chatton?
not McDavid.
State wrestling.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother making
Going
it to
to
states,
States?
man.
Heck yeah.
Proud of you.
Big thumbs up.
But talk about Connor Bedard staying in the NHL. What team do y'all want to see him go to? My personal opinion, I would love to see him go to the Ducks and play with Zegras.
That'd be sick.
Zegras and McTavish. Oh my God, that would be dominant.
Something about the Ducks I just like. I really do like the Ducks. It's that jersey. Check
Yeah.
out Big Buzz TikTok.
Yeah, check that out.
The OG Almighty Ducks
Yeah.
jersey.
Mighty
But
Duck.
One of my favorite movies growing up.
anyhow, what I was saying, I like that take, but realistically, I think he's going to be on the Sharks. That's my guess.
It's not a bad. That's
Yeah, I
not
like
bad.
the Ducks.
I think the Ducks would be a pretty cool team to see him go to.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That's a lot of young talent on one team.
Yeah, if Kane was still in Chicago, that would be dirty too. Kane and Bedard.
I still like Zegras and Bedard.
Yeah, for those who don't know who Connor Bedard is, this is honestly might be the next coming to Connor McDavid again. This guy's supposed to be dominant in the league. But let's kind of wrap this video up. We do this every single time. Who is going to the finals this year?
Yeah, I'll jump out there first and steal some stuff, so it's easier on me. I like Big B's Boston Bruins, and I'll take the Seattle Kraken.
Ooh, we taking the Kraken? You going a little hot take?
Love that name.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Kraken. Okay. All right, we get into Kraken. All
Let's
right.
get it cracking.
All right.
How about you, Kaz?
Started off right in the East. You know we have the Carolina Hurricanes. This team is they're just so good. The Bruins are good too, but I think the Canes are just better. And I know the kind of like the Rangers snub. I don't even know that the Bruins will make it to the final round. Like I think it could even. I think the Rangers could potentially.
Yeah. The thing with the President's Trophy winners, I feel like you don't ever see the President's Trophy winners make a deep run.
Yeah.
Never make a deep run, but Boston is usually a team that's always in the playoff mix. They're always there. They're experienced. I don't think
Nice.
that'll affect them as much.
Right.
But I don't have them going to the final. I don't have the Carolina Hurricanes making it to the finals. I think the New York Rangers are going to get over that hump after this trade deadline. Adding those two pieces, I think, is going to change the whole team. And I think the Stanley Cup winner is going to be a back-to-back again. I think the Colorado Avalanche are going to win it all. Once they get a whole healthy squad with Cale Makar back, I think that team is still the best team in the NHL. A lot of youth on that team. I don't see why they can't do it again.
I don't like that take.
I do.
I don't know if I like
What
that.
did I say earlier? That's the good thing about opinion.
Yeah. We'll hear some more comments like this in a little bit
Oh,
because
yeah,
y'all
for sure.
love getting in my ass on TikTok. Love getting in my ass about TikTok. People can't have opinions anymore.
In the West, though, I'll probably go Edmonton.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, did I cut you off? I'm
You
sorry.
did. It's
I'm
okay,
sorry.
though.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot here, Big Buzz. It's okay.
We're
And in real life, too. He'll say he's sorry to cut you off.
We're
and just,
sorry.
And then continue.
Who'd you? I'm guessing you had Carolina winning.
Yeah, Carolina to win
Yeah.
it all.
That would actually be I'm pretty sure that would be a rematch from the last time Carolina made it to the finals.
04.
Dang,
Yep.
way to pull that out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a rematch if that
Mhm.
happens.
Jeez.
But
Stay in my lane.
I think that one's gonna wrap this episode up.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoyed some hockey content.
Yeah, I have a quick shout out real quick. The shirt I'm wearing, my man Brian hooked me up with the shirt, so that's cool. And my brother Shane, he's a big fan. So
Shout out Shane.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Shane, baby.
Heck yeah, so he wants to be on the team. We'll see what we can do.
We'll
So, yeah.
figure something out.
That's cool.
But you got anything to say before we dip?
Thank y'all for tuning in. Expect some great content here in the
Yes,
future.
sir.
Love everybody.
See y'all.
Later. Go Caps.